Hello and welcome back to Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Tony T. It's time for our NBA rundown. 2 games from Joseph Schultz, who returns here for the NBA playoffs. So get his pre and plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. He's been the top unit producer for the past 2 years at Tony's Picks, putting up well over 5,800 units of profit, all documented over 2023 and 2024. We'll bring Joseph in right now. Joseph, what's going on?
Hey, Tony. Just looking forward to getting back to breaking down some of these games and not having to worry about who's trying and who's not.
Yeah, I was kind of those funky last 3 weeks here with trying to deal with these injury reports and not whatnot. But now it's for real here. It's playoffs. Okay, so you can pretty much handicap and get a true cap here. Here we go. These teams are playing here for the 8th seed. The doubleheader will begin here with Bulls and the Heat. We see the Heat laying a 1.5 here, total 205.
Right, playing for the right to be the sacrificial team to the Boston Celtics here. I have to say, though, I was impressed with the Bulls and their win against the Hawks. Vujacic had a 24-point double-double. DeRozan was his regular, consistent self. He didn't have a monster game or anything, but just consistent as always. And, of course, Kobe White, who just absolutely took over and dominated the game. 42 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. He got anything he wanted. They couldn't stop him. Even Andre Drummond, who only played 11 minutes, but he was great in those 11 minutes. He brought defensive intensity. He had a couple big blocks, 4 rebounds, got the crowd into it. He got called for a double tech, but, it was worth it. I actually loved what I saw from Chicago. Now, there will be some question marks entering this game. Alex Caruso only played 17 minutes. Seemed like he could have probably came back in the game if they needed him. I think they just kind of erred on the side of caution because of the lead. He's technically questionable, but there's reports out that he was reevaluated yesterday. And the report said that he had reduced swelling, and they're very optimistic. So I think he plays. Andre Drummond is also questionable with an ankle. I don't have information on that, but I didn't see too much that makes me think that he'll be out for this game. Now, Miami's injury list is a lot more concerning. Jimmy Butler, Terry Rozier out. Duncan Robinson is probable, but, he's not 100%. He's got a back issue. They already lost Josh Richardson back in the beginning of March, so they're going to be very shorthanded now. They are running up against a Bulls team that is 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games and 3-1 straight up. They're going to be super confident after their game and what they were able to do in their last game. I think Chicago matches up very well against the short-handed Heat. They got the size to kind of at least bother Bam down low. I don't think they really have a defensive stopper, especially if Alex Caruso doesn't play, to completely stop Tyler Hero, but I think DeRozan can go bucket for bucket and kind of cancel him out. And then I think they have a huge advantage with Kobe White's strength. He is 6'5", and his ability to get to the rim. I like the Bulls to pull off the small upset here. Now, most of the money is still coming in on the Heat, so I think if you want to play the Bulls, I think maybe you should wait a little and see if you can't get a better number. I'm also leaning towards the over. This total opened up at 209.5. It's been bet down to 205. I know the refs have been calling less fouls since the All-Star break. I know scoring's been down. I know defensive intensity picks up in a game like this, but I just think this number has been dropped a little too low. Chicago's played with the 18th fastest tempo in the last 15 games, which might not seem like a big deal, but it's just so much faster than they've played for the majority of the season. Now, Billy Donovan was quoted as telling Kobe White to take the ball downhill and do what you do. And since he's been the primary ball handler, the Chicago's offense has completely opened up. It's a different team. He's been unleashed. Now, they've also not been great on defense, especially if Caruso is unavailable to play. That will hurt them as well. Like I said, I think he plays, but even with him playing, they've allowed at least 109 points in 18 of their last 26 games. That's almost 70% of their games. These two teams have played in their last 3 straight games. It's flown over the total easily, and I think this one gets over the very low total of 205.
All right, Joseph Schultz. Click the link below for his best bets. Bulls and Heat. The pick here, the Bulls laying 2-1. Getting 2. There are some 1.5. Do your line shopping, get the best numbers, and over the total here, 204, 205. Again, get the best numbers here. Again, guys, click the link below and get signed up for Joseph's premium pick packages. His best bets. Remember the promo code TonyT at checkout will save you 20% off. All right, let's continue here on our NBA rundown for the playing games on Fridays. We're getting ready here for the next game here on the board. Kings and Pelicans. The Kings a 1.5 on the road. Total 210.
Yeah, the Kings, they looked lost at the end of the regular season. Their only win in their last 6 games came against the Brooklyn Nets. To be honest, I didn't think they were going to beat the Warriors in that last game. Golden State had won 10 out of their last 12. The Kings were without Kevin Huerter and Malik Monk. They had no depth. But they got a great performance from Keegan Murray, 32 points, 9 rebounds. Keon Ellis played well. Sabonis and Fox were solid. You know, not spectacular, but solid. They only go about 7 deep. Technically 8. Alex Len had like 9 minutes, but that's basically just 7 deep without Huerter or and Monk. So they'll either need Ellis and Murray to have good games again, or Sabonis and Fox basically to go nuts in this game. Now, the Pelicans will obviously be without Zion. That's the big news. But Brandon Ingram only played 25 minutes. He sat out most of the fourth quarter. Forgive me if I'm wrong here. I think it was the whole fourth quarter. I didn't see a couple minutes of the beginning of the fourth. So unless he played in the first couple minutes of the fourth, he sat the entire fourth. I'm not sure if he's on a minutes restriction or what, but they'll need him really bad in this game. They'll also need C.J. McCollum to have a much better game. He didn't shoot well. He didn't play as well as he normally does. I think he'll be okay. He's just a solid player. I just don't know where New Orleans will get their offense from when the game tightens up down the stretch. They would have been lost offensively, for being honest, if not for a great game by Zion against those Lakers in the last game. This is a hard game to call. I think it'll be really close because the Pelicans do have, you know, I said that they'll struggle to find offense when the game tightens, but they still have top-level scorers like McCollum and Ingram. They have 3-and-D guys like Trey Murphy, and the Kings do lack depth. But I'm still leaning towards the Kings in this one. I just think that Fox and Sabonis will be the best 2 players in this game. They're going to play 40-plus minutes in this game. I think the Pelicans offense struggles down the stretch, and Sacramento wins this game in a close one.
All right, Joseph Schultz here on Kings and Pelicans. The pick here will be the Kings at minus the 1.5 points. All right, we got through our 2-pack here from the NBA playing games here for Friday's action. So let's take a look over at TonySpicks.com for Friday. You can see Joseph combined units here the last 2 years. He's been the top unit producer at TonySpicks.com 2023 and now in 2024. 5,847 units of profit, all documented. All right, we got the 2 playing games. We also have a 15-game card here from Major League Baseball heading into a huge weekend. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Right, so I've been killing it in the MLB. I believe I just went 2-0 today after only had 1 pick out of the MLB yesterday, but it was an underdog and it did cash. Gonna have a 3-pack out of the NBA for tomorrow. And as far as Saturday's games, as far as the NBA is concerned, I will have my best bet, and I have an extreme level of confidence on that particular pick. I think the market is incorrectly valuing one of these teams, and I just think that people should go maybe even multi-units on that play for Saturday. But we'll have the 3-pack for tomorrow, and probably have a couple out of the MLB as well.
That's right, guys. Got to vote with Joseph Schultz over at TonySpicks.com. Once again, Let's take a look at his record here. Top unit producer 2023 as well as 2024. 5,847 units of profit when you combine the records together. It's been on absolute fire. Click the link in the description. You'll land right on Joseph's handicapper page. You'll be able to see what he has for sale. Also, you'll be able to find his pick history for those records. You can verify every play is documented, recorded here under pick history. And of course, those long-term passes will serve you well. Remember that 1 month pass to get you all of Joseph's premium plays here for the NBA playoffs. MLB for 30 days if he's in action, NHL playoffs as well. Remember, if you buy the 1 month twice, that covers the entire postseason for both of those sports, and of course get you 2 months of baseball. So lots of great coverage right now, guys, and we're going to save you 20% off right now when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You get access to Joseph's page. Just click the link in the description and go ahead and get signed up. All right, Joseph, as always, great having you on the show. Welcome, great to have you here. So now we're into the playoff run, happy for the playoffs, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
All right, glad to be back.
All right, for Joseph, I'm Tony T. We'll talk to you tomorrow.